So how do you take your coffee?
I take it with vanilla caramel creamer. About yay color.
Nice.
I used to drink straight black coffee with sugar, but then I just stopped and didn't like it like that anymore. And then I started using creamer. My wife uses a lot of creamer. I don't know. What about you?
Well, how I love to have it, or how I
Are you a big coffee snob?
no,
You're just like, give me some Folgers, I'm good.
just no, not it's got to be better than Folgers.
Okay,
I mean, no, just like, what, $8 a pound price range. I don't know. There's a lot that fit that description, but
you don't get like local coffee.
No, no.
Okay.
Like,
if you have Schmuck's Coffee House down the road, you're not going to go and like get some Schmucks.
Oh no, I brew it myself, dude. Is that what you're talking about?
Like getting their coffee beans, like a local roaster is what I meant.
I got you. So I don't know of any
Okay.
local roasters around here. We just get our stuff from Costco.
Okay. We
So-
can order from Target.
Yeah.
We really like this Target company that does it.
But I like a medium roast.
Okay.
I like it a little on the strong side,
Yeah.
get jacked up.
Sure. Get you jacked up, get you pumped up.
I mean, my favorite thing is just straight up half and half creamer, right?
Okay.
But if I'm not doing dairy, I might sprinkle a dash of cinnamon, or there's this powdered creamer. It's a non-dairy creamer. It's like superfoods creamer. It's like low calorie stuff that we got from Costco. So that makes it taste pretty good. It's a little, so those are the ways I drink it, but I drink coffee every morning, dude. And we have a French press.
Okay.
So that's get a little more richer flavor, I think, with that,
Yeah.
So a while back, I tried roasting my own beans. That was very difficult to do. Because I tried doing it in a popcorn popper.
That was very what? You broke up.
Sorry. So I tried roasting my own beans, and I tried doing it in a popcorn popper. An air popper for popcorn.
Okay. Yeah.
It was difficult, but I had to take the top off that funnels into the popcorn. I just took a sheet metal piece and I rolled it into like a funnel so the beans wouldn't jump out. And I did it. It was a lot of work, but because I watched like some TED talk about how this guy said, he's like, dude, you have to have fresh beans.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get them, they're 30, 60 days old, and all the like good stuff that's in coffee, that stuff is now gone. So you need it fresh. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll try. Yeah, I only did it once. I'm like, screw this, man. It's like,
that's funny.
I would love to brew my own beer and stuff, but like, screw that, dude. I'll just go buy some, So
it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, especially beer.
Yeah.
Well, cool, dude. Why don't you fire us up, man? Get us pumped up.
Since we're all caffeinated.
That's right.
Oh, man. All right. What is going on, guys? This is the Broken Moto Show, episode 24. This is a show where Cody from MotorcycleMD and myself, Matt from howtomotorcyclerepair.com, answer your tech questions. So, Cody, what's the email and what do they got to do to send us in a question?
Yeah, so you guys can reach us anytime, 24 hours a day, at askbrokenmoto@gmail.com. That is a direct email to both of us. We can both grab in on it. We kind of set it all up in a scheduled format. So if you send it in, it might be a couple days or a week or two before you hear from us. But we go through every question, and you just put your make and model in the subject. That'd be great. Generally, we do motorcycles, ATV, small motor. Really, we're open for anything. So send us detailed description in the summary, Pictures are great. A video is great. Even if you don't feel like typing and you want to just make one with your phone, hit it up. We'll post it up here. Okay? That's the best way to get a hold of us.
Yep. And our inbox was empty for a while.
Yeah.
We blasted all you guys with emails and Facebook stuff, and then all of a sudden it filled up. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you guys showed up in a big way. So we need you to keep the show running.
That's right. Yeah.
The show lives and dies by you guys.
Yeah, I was at my dad's house the other day, and he's like, "Hey, you still doing that thing with Cody?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen any lately." I'm like, "What are you talking about? We post every Tuesday." He's like, "Oh, I'm on Facebook looking for it. So sometimes I don't post."
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't either. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, so he watches this stuff." That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
It feels nice to have something that, even if it's not getting as many views as my other stuff, it's really nice to have something that goes out every Tuesday. It just feels good to have like content going out that someone will maybe enjoy. So
yeah, and I don't know about for you, but this is a lot of fun because
it is.
It's a little easier,
mm-hmm.
and we drink beer.
Yeah,
and we talk because it's lonely on my side, man. It's just me early in the morning yelling at the camera, trying to make stuff work. So it's
I will encourage you, Matt, that you should be super proud of your vapor hone stuff, man, because the more that I've gotten into like a group with like vapor honing stuff, and majority of the posts are people building your stuff, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
nice.
The stuff that I see, like it's like, yeah, I just started building this from Matt's video. And I don't comment or anything like that because I don't have anything like that. I just somehow I got into the group. Probably a friend of mine might have asked me to join it or whatever. But most of the stuff I see are people like, yeah, check out Matt's plans. And they're like, yeah, I just finished building my wood one over here. I'm like, that's my boy, dude.
Nice. Is this David's group, the vapor honing chat? Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to be in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just, it was cool to see that. So
yeah, that's awesome, dude. Well, thank you.
Happy about that.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, let's actually, you guys know that last week.
Why don't we just say the right answer? I mean, I'm sure multiple people will.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Shit. Yeah, I guess.
Hey, man, this is just, we launch ugly, baby. This is how we do stuff. We just launch ugly and figure it out. So, Matt, what was the question?
Geez, I don't even know. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. In 1887, Yamaha was not a motorcycle company. They started making what first?
I don't know the answer, but can I guess?
Take a guess.
I'm going to say pianos.
You're correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. Awesome.
So all of you guys who put pianos, or females put pianos, you won. You won, dude. Today is your day.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You win nothing.
You are recognized as a winner today in my book. So the funny thing is I was going to ask a question that was very similar to that.
Okay.
Yamaha. It had to do with Yamaha and pianos. So now I don't have one. Do you have an extra one I can borrow, man?
No, I'm fresh out. So, man, you were all like, oh, man, you got to get a question together or this and that, and then you don't even come with one.
Maybe I'll come up with one by the end of this episode, okay? So if you guys want to see the question, hang out to the end of the video.
I mean, you already know the questions. When I'm reading one, you can just Google something.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right. So while you do that, I'll fire off the first question.
Cool, man. Do it.
All right. This is from Mark. Hi there. Are there different needle holders for genuine PWK carbs? I have a Keihin PWK 28 mil that has a needle holder with no holes on the end of it, opposite end of the main jet, and is useless in my 2-stroke engine. Are there different versions? What do I need to look for? Cheers, Mark. Oh, man, this is a tough one.
It is, yeah.
So, yes, there are different needle holders, and I believe for a 2-stroke, they don't have holes in it, or was it a 4-stroke doesn't have holes in it, or vice versa?
Are we talking about the
emulsion tube? I think he's talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the slide. Because he said the needle holder. I thought he was talking about the slide.
No,
It has a needle holder with no holes in. Oh, so they talk. Yeah, you could be right. The emulsion.
well, opposite end of the main jet. So I think it's
It could
emulsion
be
tube.
emulsion, or it could be the needle jet, but it's probably emulsion. Yeah,
I think
right.
it's the long tube that he's talking about.
Yeah. I think you're right.
So I get it because like these PWKs, you have PWKs on that 350 behind you, right?
No, I have VMs.
Oh, Mikuni VMs. Okay.
Are PWKs specific to two strokes?
They're Keihin.
Right, but are they specific to two strokes?
Well, no, I think. Oh, okay. Even that's another question. I know you can use the VMs on a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke.
Okay.
And I know it's the same style of carb though. VM and a PWK are similar for their applications.
I thought, okay.
I mean, it's a similar carb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought the slides were vastly different in the PWK versus VM versus PWK. If you Google the image of a PWK carb, it looks like it's a carb for a 2-stroke.
So,
what I don't know is any information about what the emulsion tube looks like.
So I ran into this because I was working on a Triumph that usually takes amyl carbs, but we put a Mikuni VM on here, and the needle holder looked like it was for a 2-stroke application, and I forget which way it's supposed to go. And also the top of the emulsion tube that sticks into the throat of the carburetor sometimes has like a cover over it, like a half moon, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Or a half,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes they're flat, and it's to get a different fuel signal at low throttle. So yes, I think there's a difference. I don't know the answer. And then where do you go to buy them?
I would just look up a place that I'm sure you can go to the Keihin website, manufacturing website, and then do a parts thing. I know that K&L does a lot of carb stuff. I know that there's a place called Sudco. Yeah. They do a lot of cool different like one-off carb stuff too. And we'll put those links in the description for you. That's the most help I can give for this, Mark, because a picture would have been great, because I just don't know what he's talking about, and if that's correct or not.
And then the bigger question is like, what's your goal here? Did you put it on and it doesn't run good, or you're just asking questions, or what? But like, the reason I looked into this is because when I put that carb on that Triumph, I had like a lean spot, or the thing took forever to warm up.
Okay.
And I was chasing a richer quarter throttle scenario.
Yeah.
And I was changing throttle valves, the cutouts, the actual valve.
Yep.
And that helped, but I was curious about the emulsion tube and how I can get it to feed fuel faster, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it needed almost like an accelerator pump. Yeah. Equivalent action. You know what I'm saying? I'm
reading this, it even says the needle holder has no holes on the end of it, opposite of the main jet. So it's almost like he's not even talking about the holes on the side. It's like as if that emulsion tube was completely closed off, and the needle can't go inside of it. I don't know.
I think he's referring to the side holes, but I that's just my guess, but I don't know.
All right. Well,
that's all we can do with that one, I think,
all we got to say. Yeah. So, you ready for my question?
Yeah.
I got it. So, for those of you who are listening, this week's trivia question is, other than Honda and Suzuki, what car manufacturer also made a couple of motorcycles? what other car manufacturer other than Honda and Suzuki also made a couple motorcycles. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Me neither. I didn't, and now I do. So we have a way for you guys to sponsor or donate to the show. We call it the Beer Fund, and it's a way to say, hey, you guys are doing cool things. We want to be a part of it, and we'll give you guys a shout out here. Matt, won't you spout off these awesome American UK people?
All right, so we want to acknowledge people who have contributed. So the first up is Justo. Justo comes in almost every time with something. So thank you for that, Justo.
Yeah, man.
We have Paul from UK who bought us a whole tray.
A whole tray.
So a tray is what, 12? 24? What? I don't even know.
I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I've never heard that term up until Paul. Next.
We need to have him on the stream every now and then, just to chime in and talk.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Yeah. We'll be drinking beer. He'll be drinking coffee. It's what, 8 hours? So.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Fitz.
There he is.
The nice donation. And Brett, huge donation. Thanks,
huge
Brett.
Donation. Thanks, Brett.
See awesome. More butts. See more
Chiming
butts. In. Yeah. And then the Fitz again. So Fitz hit us up twice. So thank you guys. I'm not drinking beer today, but thanks a lot. Cheers.
Yeah. We're meeting on a Sunday. So I have a coffee midday.
I'm drinking Topo Chico mineral water, carbonated, no fingers of head, 0 calories, 0 taste.
All the enjoyment.
Yeah.
Is it good? You like it?
Makes me burp like crazy. It's really carbonated. So.
Yeah. Right after this, I have to get to painting. I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
Matt, I did 2 coats of primer last night everywhere. Now I have to paint. So I'm getting jacked up on some coffee.
Oh man. So do you have to paint the ceiling too?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh dude, my neck feels for you, dude. You're just gonna be
it just gets locked in its position.
Right here, like on one side, it just like
it's brutal, man. And it happened to me last night. And you don't notice it until you're gonna put your head down. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing to my body?
So what color are you going on the walls?
White.
Everything's white?
Dude, if you saw the inside of my house, you'd be like, this is nuts how white it is. And my wife likes whites, tans, golds, and blacks. So that's like the color palette. And it's all white. So
are you doing the same color ceiling and walls?
Yep.
No. I mean, okay.
Yeah. The walls and ceiling will all be white.
So no cutting.
No cutting.
That's awesome. Dude.
Yeah, man.
I was going to ask, are you taping it off or what? But dude, I do everything freehand. I just go.
I can cut really well. It's just luckily she does all white stuff. So it's been super easy for me.
Oh yeah.
Not like an accent wall, where nightmare.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I'm really excited to get this over with because we've had this stuff in plastic that the plastic is covering up Christmas stuff. It's been covered so long.
Yeah.
So the tree and the table and the floor has been covered. I actually had to have the drywall guys because I paid a team to come out and finish I had a drywall up, right? And it was all done, but I needed someone to come in mud.
Yeah.
And I needed them to skim coat the ceiling because it was textured. And some was, some wasn't. They needed to come and skim coat. And these 2 guys came, did the job, said they were finished. I looked up, I'm like, this looks like crap. And I got a hold of the owner, sent them a bunch of pictures. I'm like, do you think this is finished? And I sent him a bunch of pictures. And he sent a new team out the following week, and they rocked it out, and it looks like glass. It looks perfect. So
nice.
I'm about that. I wish they would have sent the A team the first time. Yeah. But what can you do?
Dude,
I'm just glad it's done.
That is something that is money well spent during a project, is to get a drywall guy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've done drywall and I can do it, but it doesn't look the same as when someone else does it. And then when I did my basement, it was like 25, 30 sheets of drywall, 20 corners. Dude, they came in, 3 guys, knocked it out in 20 man hours.
Dude.
Just boom, done.
It's a skill that's so vital. It's hard work, and I
Yeah.
give it to them, but it's so vital. And if you're good at it, dude, like you are a champion.
Yeah.
You are a champion. I just couldn't, like, I didn't want to do the mudding, you know, because like I feel like that's a skill that you have to be efficient at and like have, you know, on the clock time doing. It's not something that you can learn from a book. Those type of things I'm willing to pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drywalling, I'll figure it out.
And, you know, out of drywalling, I mean, it's not that expensive to get it done.
Right.
Versus what time it'll take. I mean, if you, I like electrical work and plumbing work, I do because those guys charge a lot.
Oh, yeah.
3 times more than a drywall guy.
Right.
So it you know, that stuff I do for sure.
Right. So I'll go on to this next one.
Oh, you got a good one.
I do.
You got a car question.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to answer this one. So this one's from Josh. Fellas, I love the show and love HTMR channel. I know you guys made the show for bikes, but I have a car carb tuning question. I have a 1973 Ford Ranchero with a 429 motor. It had an Edelbrock Performer Series 4-barrel carb on it when I bought it 3 years ago. It had been sitting, but I was able to drive it 2,000 miles home without any breakdowns. When I got home, I bought a rebuild kit, rebuilt the carb, and set all adjustments to spec. Over time, I have changed the secondary jets to larger jets to correct lean conditions at full throttle and also made rod and spring changes to correct lean conditions while cruising. I have also added a fuel pressure regulator as many sources indicate that Edelbrock carbs need one to make the floats work correctly. I had an opportunity to put it on a dyno for 2 free pulls last summer. The data showed a massive flat spot in 3,000 RPM on both runs. And I'm new to carb tuning. This is my first recreational hot rod. Any recommendations on what to try would be appreciated. I wish you would have sent us some pictures of this hot rod.
Yeah.
The heck, man. Like, we got to like beg these people to send us some pictures. I don't know the answer to this. My question to his question is, did what he do actually change the problem? Because he said he put larger secondary jets to correct the lean condition at full throttle and also made rod and spring changes. What is a rod and spring change?
So, all right, I'm a Holly guy, Holly carbs.
Okay.
Or that's what I've dealt with. That's what I had in the Chevelle, so I'm familiar with that. But I looked at Edelbrock's website, and I got their tuning manual here.
Okay.
And it uses a metering rod to deliver fuel, like a metering rod and spring. Okay. So that's the device that controls the fuel. You want me to just keep going here?
Yeah, man, because I'm not much help on this.
Well, I don't know how much help I'm going to be, but here's what I would do. Obviously, look for vacuum leaks. Okay. Next up, make sure your timing's good. And the reason I say that is because I ran into this with my Chevelle, a 73. And who knows what kind of parts this thing has in it, but
yeah.
As soon as like 73, 74 hit, everything went into emissions stuff. So all the distributors were emissions based and they totally retarded the ignition system.
Okay.
Like initial timing will be 0. The mechanical advance will advance very slowly and you may only get like 15 degrees of timing on it. And then the vacuum, who knows what it's hooked up to. So here's what I would recommend. Look at the timing. I don't know how mild this motor is, but with the Chevelle, I went with 16 degrees initial timing, 36 total, all in by 3,000 RPM. So I bought like springs and stuff for it to advance quicker.
Oh, cool.
And then I bought an adjustable vacuum can, hooked it up to above my throttle plates for ported, and it added timing during cruise. So I was getting like 45 to 50 degrees of advance at cruise. That made a huge difference over stock 74 EPA emission stuff because that's the kind of distributor I had. So anyway, no vacuum leaks, and if you have your timing good, so I'm right here in the Edelbrock power mode section on page 6. And it says, so, okay, he's on the dyno and he's hammering it wide open throttle, right?
Yeah, and 3,000 RPM is super. And that's like coming out of a dig. I mean, that's real low. I would assume 3,000 RPM is like.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this. I mean, does this thing have squirters, accelerator pump squirters? It has to.
Is that what the rod and spring does?
No. So okay, listen to this, and then it'll make sense.
Okay.
Power mode. Accelerations at part throttle with low manifold vacuum, less than 5 inches of vacuum, are metered by the power mode. Avoid calibrating this portion of the engine's operating range too lean, as spark knock and piston valve burning can occur. If this mode has any lean drivability symptoms, surge or flat spots, it's too lean and could be recalibrated at least one stage richer. Let's see here. The step-up function, which moves the metering rod to the power mode, is controlled by the step-up spring. The base calibration has a spring which stages rich at 5 inches. 5 inches is considered the transition area due to the fact that all Edelbrock carbs, other than the 1406, which uses the 4-inch vacuum step-up spring. If your vehicle has a mid-throttle drivability problem, as when the throttle is gradually open. So this isn't wide open throttle, but
right.
But then it goes away upon further opening. It may be possible to eliminate the lean spot by stronger step-up spring. So if you go to a stronger spring, it will open at a later vacuum, meaning earlier. So they have a 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8-inch spring.
Okay.
So that's like, so what's happening is when you gun it, vacuum drops.
Yeah.
This guy opens up and allows fuel in.
Okay.
So maybe that needs to be.
So the stiffer spring would result in a richer situation at that throttle. Okay. Okay.
So that's the only thing I really got out of here.
It sounds like you're in the ballpark for what, the area that he's having a trouble in. Massive flat spot and 3,000 RPM on both runs. Consistent. He changed some parts out. Maybe try doing it again. I mean, didn't make any change at all. That's what I was kind of curious as to. He said that he did these changes, larger jet size to correct the high RPM. Then he did change the spring out. Did that solve the problems that he was originally concerned with prior to this?
Sure.
Run?
Yeah, I mean, and then anything with carbs, just make one change at a time and see what happens.
For sure.
And I think if you mess around with those secondary jets and maybe this power up thing, the rod and spring, I think maybe you'll get there.
That sounds like he's onto something. Thanks for the email, Josh. Thanks for the mixed bag. Cool.
All right.
Question 3, hit it up.
Hi, Matthew. Thanks for the follow-up. I have a Yamaha SR 250 81 in very good condition. He's from Toronto, Ontario. Still learning mechanical stuff and wondering if you guys could cover about clutch lever tension and or adjustment. Sometimes it feels too tight. When make it soft, then not engaging fast, etc. Any experience you guys could share? Much appreciated. All the effort. Stay safe and be well. Ken. Dude, you have a video on this.
I do have a video on this, yeah.
I also have a video on it. I just remembered. I did one for Allstate Insurance.
Okay.
So let's post those two underneath.
Yep.
But basically, well, go ahead, man. I took the last question, so you take mine.
Yeah. Quick summary of clutch lever adjustment. There has to be free play in the line. Okay, and free play is achieved mainly. There's 2 different spots. There's one down by the motor typically, which brings the whole sheath of the cable in towards the part that it's attached to, and then you have one up at the top. So the free play that we're talking about is the amount of space in the lever where you don't really feel like it's doing anything to the system. It's almost like if you were to just take your hand and you can jiggle the clutch lever, because of the small amount of free play. There are specs for it. You can get down to the millimeter science if you want, but all in all, you need to have some. And if you don't have some, it's either misadjusted, and you can just, in the videos, like we'll show you guys, bringing the lines in a certain way. In will give you more free play. Out would take free play out of the line. And you need to have free play there. If you don't have free play there, like I said, you could have a clutch that is starting to wear and then swell. Like, think of it like swelling up. The clutch is getting too hot because it's been slipping. Or let's say you're a new rider and you're not really comfortable with the clutch all that much, and you're kind of slipping it the whole time until you get used to it. That clutch is heating up tremendously and it's swelling up inside. And when it swells up, it takes some of the slack out of that line, and that can pull the cable tight. So you may adjust it with free play. You come back for a ride, all that free play is gone, right? And that's kind of a sign of a potential issue going on. Or it could just be misadjusted the whole time. So in the videos, we'll show you guys, but you got to have some free play. If you don't have free play, put it in there. If you start to experience problems after you put the free play in there, you have a clutch issue. Because it should be able to live and survive off of that clutch lever free play. But like when he makes it too tight, or if you add some free play, now it's not engaging as fast. You could have an issue with the clutch. I'm wondering if he's saying when it's too soft and it's not engaging as fast, if he means like right off of the bar.
Yeah, so if you have too much free play, then your clutch is gonna engage. Is it engage or disengage?
It'd be wait.
What your clutch is gonna? The bike's gonna start to move too fast.
Yeah.
I always forget what's engage
when
or
you
disengage.
pull it, you're disengaging it. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, more free play is better than having none.
Mm-hmm.
Having no free play is bad because, I mean, you are starting to potentially lift the pressure plate off of the clutch pack and slipping occurs, like you explained.
So there's a sweet spot between factory spec and what's comfortable for your hand. That there's a gray area there that you can kind of sit inside of. But what you can run into is if you have too much free play, it's going to engage super quick, or the clutch won't be fully disengaged, so your gear shifting will be super intense.
Yeah, that's
bam.
Yeah,
because the clutch is not letting loose of the whole basket to spin. It's still kind of holding on because you got so much free play. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that aspect of it. So.
Yeah, or if you don't have enough free play or any at all, you may find that it's very, very difficult to find neutral. Like you'll be jumping from first into second. You will not be able to get in neutral because that basket's never fully engaging with itself again because there's no free play in the line. So it's kind of like this. So it's kind of trying to slip. It's kind of doing all this stuff. And the gears are like, why can't I, find that sweet spot? Because it's all it's a whole cluster. It's a downward spiral after that. So the videos will show that.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I took that one over.
No, that's right.
Cool. So, question 4.
That's yours, right? Yeah, you
mine. I'll take it. I will pause,
and then I'll steal it.
Okay, that's cool. I'll pause this episode and say that to let you guys know in the last video it said MotorcycleMD is now officially sponsored by Grip Clean.
Oh, nice.
So now I've always wanted to be like, this video is sponsored by blah 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 blah. So I'm just excited. I'm going to send Matt some more product for him to try out so he can give you guys what he thinks. But now MotorcycleMD and I guess Broken Moto Show as well has a full sponsorship with Grip Clean. So I'm excited about that. That aspect of it. It's pretty much just a way. We'll have links below if you want to try some of their wipes out, which I love, some of their hand cleaning stuff. When you buy from the link provided, it throws me some bones. Couple of percentage of every time you buy from it. It's just a cool way to support, and I wouldn't announce that if I didn't like the product. So you get cool stuff and you get to support me at the same time.
Nice. I gotta try that stuff out.
Yeah, man,
for sure. The wipes.
So question, I'm definitely sending you a tub. Definitely.
Sounds good, man.
Question 4, Neil, what is causing the backfiring on deceleration on my 1999 Kawasaki Vulcan 700? It has Cobra pipes, but everything else is stock. End question. Take it, dude. It's your turn to steal it.
Oh, all right. Well, Neil, you put pipes on, but you didn't put a jet kit in it.
Mm-hmm.
So either put a jet kit in the carb, or at a minimum, look at the fuel screw tuning and or pilot jet change to get this thing to stop backfiring. But I would recommend a jet kit. And that way, you know, covers all throttle ranges, not just the Decel backfire. And then that's it.
I have a super popular video that I made a long time ago on tuning carburetors for aftermarket exhaust. That's literally what it's called on YouTube. I'm actually anti jet kit all the time.
Okay.
I know that at the end of the day, it may be the best fix for all, like you said, all aspects of it. But in the video, Neil, I show ways around it. Like exactly like what Matt said, going straight after the fuel mixture screw. That's a big deal when it comes to pipes, as well as like people have probably heard of the shim trick for the main jet needle. That might help if you're not comfortable with like buying this big kit, changing everything up, and then because they're not always silver bullets. They're not always one-time use.
They are pricey too.
They're very pricey.
I mean, yeah.
And honestly, I like to use the jet kits if I'm changing like more than one aspect. So like intake, if you're going to like a new Keihin filter or something like that, and the pipes, I think the jet kits come in a lot better use to help cure a lot more problems. Because the Cobra pipes, it's just a set of pipes. You've increased the flow out of the motor. You need to change a little bit of things that are going into it now. But I'll put a video link in the description for us. But what Matt said was spot on. Going right after the fuel valve, fuel screw would probably be the first thing you should do, and to see what it does. You'd be surprised.
Now I have a video that should be able to help you. I have a carb clean video on this model. So if you want to take the carb apart and do some jetting, then that video will definitely help you. So just email me. I can further help you on that if you want.
Yeah, we'll drop the carb clean video in the description. That'd be like a blueprint for what he needs. Do you show like taking it out?
Yeah.
Too?
I think it's on the 800 model.
Carb. Boom. Cool.
It's on the 800 model, but I don't know what the difference is with the 700. So I have to look, but
yeah,
I think it should be the same.
Sweet. There you go.
So that's it, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Back to life.
Yeah.
Back to real world. Be sure to send us an email, guys. askbrokenmoto@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of us. That's what keeps this channel alive. Or channel, not this channel, but the collaboration. We enjoy it, and we want to enjoy it with you guys. So check out Matt's website, howtomotorcyclerepair.com. He's got an awesome YouTube channel on all different types of stuff that's super helpful. Check out mine, or themotorcyclemd.com. Check out my Instagram and that kind of stuff, and keep in touch.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, that's it, man.
Cool.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. See ya.
Later.